What is up, guys? We are back for round number 5 in this 9-round tournament, hopefully, depending on tiebreakers and stuff like that. But we should be at 9. But we have a Red Purple Aloha versus Uta. This is table 2, which is very nice to see that Uta has been doing so well so far, 4-0. And before we get into this round, I want to thank Tata de Potatoes, our Pandos, for the rate of 39. It means a lot here. Thanks for joining in, guys. We're having a nice day of One Piece here, seeing a lot of good stuff. So now we're just going to get straight up into the match when my little stream manager takes us over here. So we saw this matchup earlier, and we know how it boils down to, right? It is going to boil down to many factors. Will Uta have the cards needed to see everything that they need to see, and will Red Purple Law have those minus cost effects just to be able to do the Dawn minus stuff and stuff like that? So that is going to be very, 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 very key in this matchup here. So just taking a little bit of time here to get over, but like I said, guys, this matchup can be very fun. Because what Red Purple Law has to do here is control the tempo of the board, being able to do all the minus stuff and stuff like that, and getting rid of bodies off the board. And then Uta has the job of trying to get that card advantage and drop cards on the board. So let's get straight up into that match right now. Round number 5 in this 9-round tournament. Let's take it out. Oh, so Tata is enough. Thanks for the shout out. We just finished the Swiss for Italian regionals. That's what we like to see. A nice day of One Piece on the side of everybody. So shout out to you guys. What ended up winning for Swiss Day of the Italian regionals? What ended up going undefeated? All right, so here we're just seeing the back and forth. Nothing on the first Dawn, but here we see the Tony Chopper new from the EBO1 set, the blocker here that does a minus 2K reduction, minus 3K or 2K reduction on that first swing there. Very good starting turn here, because Uta has no way. That's the one thing with these Uta decks is that they have no way of getting rid of bodies here. And it seems like the stream was just frozen for a second there, but now we are back up and running. All right, so we just saw a leader swing there, and nothing too fancy, just a 6K swing and just not blocking there. So now Law is on the 5 Dawn, so no shambles shenanigans just yet. But here is where we more than likely will start to see some shamble shenanigans. So probably just a 5K swing into leader. Just going to counter out with the Blueno there. And this is probably going to be a Eustace Captain Kid. And yep, and here we're going to see a leader effect with the shambles, returning 3. And here we're going to see a body come down here. Which body are we going to see? We're going to see a Sachi and Penguin. Sachi and Penguin is going to get those 2 Dawn back because RP Law is at less than 3, and then using the Eustace Captain Kid to get the 1 extra Dawn. And this is probably going to be a raise max here. And look at that. 5 Dawn, getting 3 bodies on board and not even flinching, and still at 5 Dawn. Oh man, Red Purple Law is cooking. Ooh, so unfortunately, EB is not there and not allowed. Ooh, that's unfortunate there. But I hope you guys still had a good tournament, though. Regionals are always fun. Like I'm having tons of fun here, seeing all the decks and people playing. So good on you guys. Hopefully you guys get EB soon. So Uta's going up to 6 Dawn here. Not enough for a Luffy combo play here, but definitely can still get maybe a Brook combo play. online here just to go a little bit wide because this board on the side of RP Law is looking pretty deadly, but it's just going to be an 8K swing, flipping the top, and unfortunately it's a zero cost event, so not adding to hand and just using the Tony chopper just to block out that hit there. And then here we're going to see an I'm Invincible, and it's like a prediction, like he knew that the I'm Invincible was coming on the RP Law side and just going to take the hit here, and then it's just a pass over. So still in a very good position here for RP Law, but Uta's not giving RP Law any ways to use that raise max or Dawn minus. So here, the strategy here is probably just to start swinging. So here we just see a swing with Sachi and Penguin, just going into leader here. So RP Law is just gonna put another Tony chopper. Man, these alter Tony choppers look so adorable. And then still 4 Dawn up. It's very rare you see RP Law have so much Dawn, but when you get that Eustace Captain Kid on board, it's just super nice. So here we're gonna see a 6K swing out of here with the race max, which just feels super silly sometimes, but sometimes you got to do that just to pressure. So here we're going to see a Dawn -3 on the side of RP Law. Just going to get a Reiju here. Reiju effect will add 2 cards to hand just because he has less than 5 or less, sorry. And then getting that 1 Dawn back from the Eustace Captain Kid, swinging in for a 7K swing, and Uta has to take that here, and then that's just a pass over. So very comfy position here from Red Purple Law. It's just a little bit difficult here for Uta because you can't put anything on board just because of the threat of the raise max. But now you can at least use a leader to swing over the raise max and potentially use backlight on the Eustace Captain Kid if you have it in hand, but that Tony chopper blocker is still there. So even so, that's still a comfy swing. So maybe you even just swing onto the Eustace Captain Kid just to get a card out of hand, so you can at least like deny Red Purple Law some card advantage. Decisions. Definitely an uphill battle for Uta because just Uta wants these bodies to stick on board, right? So it's a little bit harder in this matchup with all the power reduction and just being able to shambles away cards off the board for just Dawn -3. And that Eustace, ooh, speaking of Eustace Captain Kid, we see his green variant there. And we've seen 4 of those flipped off of Uta triggers today. And it's just really unfortunate seeing that because you don't run that many in the deck. So it's just very unfortunate to see that. So here we see a Dawn Krieg. Now that is a spicy tech for uh for people who don't know what that card does. That KOs 2 bodies, 2 low cost bodies on board. I don't remember if it's a 3 or a 2. It's very rarely you see that card, but that card is a very spicy. Being able to get rid of the Raise Max there and still put something on board. And that card has double strike as well attached onto it. So very, very spicy tech here. Ooh, and now we see the Bond Clay coming down. So Bond Clay is gonna use its effect to get one Dawn active. Still have 4 on board, so this could be a very, very nasty Kid and Killer turn here, depending on what. But it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just gonna be a Gordon turn. Gordon's gonna use its effect, it seems, to -3 here, bringing that down to 4K. Oh, and then a Race Max gonna bring it down to only 1K. And that's a nice Dawn Krieg, but we know what's gonna happen here. It's gonna be the Taktu, basically getting rid of this Dawn Krieg here. So, but before that, you want to do some swings here, maybe using up some of the Dawn, see if you can get some cards out of the Uta's hand, just because due to the card advantage and stuff like that as well. So here we see the Shambles play, and then dropping another Reiju on board. So being able to refuel his hand, and because of Dawn minus and the Eustace Captain Kid, the Eustace Captain Kid is going to bring back 1 Dawn. So now he still has 3 Dawn available to him even after that. And now it's just a matter of assigning Dawn and swinging. So here, yeah, we see a 6K swing here. Here comes a 2K swing here. Another 7K swing coming at Uta, and this is going to be a take here. And just looking to see if he wants to trigger that. What could that trigger be? Thinking long and hard on this trigger here. Checking how many cards in hand. 5 cards in hand from RP Law here. Just seeing what to do here if he wants to resolve this trigger. I'm also curious to see this trigger here as well. Gonna resolve it and rest the Bond Clay here. So the 0 cost option just rest. I believe it's a 4 cost or less, or a 5 cost or less. No, it's a 4 cost or less on trigger. So deciding to rest the Bond Clay, that Bond Clay staying on board, it can be nitty gritty because it can just copy the stats of any character on the board. So 2 to 1 life here. And that's the thing, right? You gotta you just gotta play to your outs, right? And Uda's doing that as best as they can. So getting the Tony Chopper 2K off of there, that's a good hit finally here. So 6K swing and just gonna block with Eustace Captain Kid and give a Beppo there. So doesn't want to bleed too hard here. And then, Uta does run that card, I'm Invincible. So being able to restand and come back and start swinging for more, right? Definitely a possibility here. And you see him counting up the Dawn. So you see he might be going for a little bit of combo wombo time. And it would be nice to see some combos here because we haven't seen too much here out of the Uta players. We've seen, at very best, we saw a Brook into a Nami or like a 7 cost into a Nami, but let's see if we can see a bigger one today. So he's just going to go with the Eustace Captain Kid, using the Eustace Captain Kid effect to drop a blocker, and we know how hard this card can carry games, right? However, this is RP Law, and RP Law can do shenanigans just like that. Like you can see a double Gordon here to make that, or a double a Raise Max and a Gordon, and just make it so it's only a 2K, and then you just use Shambles bottom deck, and then now it's just gone. So, um, if any deck can deal with this card, it is definitely RP Law. And the thing with Bonkley staying on board is now with this this Bonkley here, you can just like swing with it, attach a couple of Dons, swing with it, and now that Bonkley is now at 8K. And here we're gonna see that here. So we're gonna see this this is gonna be a 10K swing onto this Eustace Captain Kid. And that's just the power of Bonkley. Bonkley is a wonderful addition from EVO1. If you guys haven't gotten your set, make sure you guys get your set, because it's going to be a powerhouse for purple in the next few sets here. So now he has to make a decision how many cards, and is just going to combo out here, throwing a 2K, 1K. And now here we're going to see the Raise Max. Raise Max is going to minus 3K here, getting 2 cards out of hand, and we may see a double Raise Max turn, which is going to be icky. So now it's down to 5K. Just checking trash here, seeing what's in trash. Take your time. You have no rush here. You still have 15 minutes on the timer, so plenty of time. So here we're going to see a 5K into 5K, trying to get some cards out of hand here. And it looks like Uta is down to 2 cards. So swing another 5K here. He still has a blocker. He still has the leader effect. We're going to throw the Tony Chopper 2K here, and ooh, you don't like seeing that. So here we're going to see what looks like a 7K swing onto this Eustace Captain Kid. How do you dump 2 cards here, or you just block with it? Yep, you definitely just block here. And now just going to use the Shambles. And then is this going to be a... yep, that's a Kid Killer play right there. Now that's a 7K. This is going to be massive into that kid. And that kid's going to come off a board easy peasy after that swing. That's a 10K swing into that and just passing it over. I had to use a full turn to try to deal with that, but still able to get rid of it. And we do know that 1 has already gone to the bottom, so it's a matter of will he see another one, or does he have another one in hand? He was at 10 nod, so he should be fine. So he's going to get a Nami here. Nami's not going to stay on board too long if it does drop, but probably wants to just refuel his hand. Because his hand is looking pretty low here. So Smug Genesis just being able to restand that 1 down and getting a card to hand. So doing some math out here. So here we're going to probably see a 7 Luffy. So going to swing here. 6 cost option does go back to the bottom of the deck. Fortunately, not getting these hits here. And that's very unfortunate for the Uda player. So just going to double combo with 2 2Ks. And now we're probably going to see a 7 Luffy here. Ooh, not a 7 Luffy just yet. So we're going to use the Nami. The Nami effect is going to look at top 3, hopefully get a film card. Probably going to grab a 2K here. Yep, no surprise. We did see the chopper on that reveal there. And then what do you do here now? I think he still has an I'm Invincible in hand. Ooh, just going to, okay, so he's just going to use this turn to refuel and get as many 2Ks as he possibly can to defend against this onslaught here. So I believe he has 4 cards in hand now, or 3 cards, so, correction. So, ooh, it's looking like match point here for the RP Law player. But never count out yet. Still has to do the math. Still has to get through here, but he is looking pretty comfy here. Just being able to attach some Dawn and do some work here. So let's see here. He has potentially 6 swings, if not more. So here we're going to copy Nami's power, which is very fitting for the alt art. And just going to swing 5K, just easily on a 2K counter out here. Swing 5K with Reiju. Going to use another 2K. Hands looking pretty weak here. So this is going to be a 7K swing. This is a guaranteed take, and then just attached on and doing a full swing here. So I'm invincible, giving a plus 1K, swinging 6 with leader, and then there's the GGs. So red purple lot taking the dub there against Uta. So not the best matchup for Uta. It is very rough. It's just like the Sakazuki matchup in where you want to be establishing board presence, and if a deck is saying, yeah, that board presence and that tempo that you're trying to establish on me, it's not going to happen, it is very tough to deal with. And Uta had the right idea there, trying to use the leader ability to basically get cards in hand and just swinging big with the leader and not giving red purple law any way to be able to deal with that is just what you kind of have to do in this matchup here. But unfortunately, a couple of whiffs off of the leader ability, and then just RP Law just establishing so much tempo, using that Eustace Captain Kid, just being able to get that Dawn back and just like cycle out the Dawn. I mean, like, he was able to Dawn minus on one turn and then get back all the Dawn in the same turn and stay at the same amount. So you basically got to play 2 bodies pretty much for free, which is just super good on that part there. So shout outs to the RP Law player for taking that, and shout outs to the Uda player as well. Both were undefeated, so one of them, the Uda player, will be going down into that X1 bracket, but still, it's not over yet. Tiebreakers do exist, and stuff like that. So they can definitely make the top 16 and get those invites. But we're going to be going into round 6, ladies and gentlemen. So we're past the halfway point. Maybe 3 more rounds potential, 3 more rounds guaranteed. Maybe a 4th round. Hopefully not. Hopefully the tiebreakers are good and we have no draws at the top ends. But, yeah, stay tuned, guys. I will be right back. Just going to get some water here and take a little break on my side. And we'll be back for more One Piece action.